All right, so here's a Joshua tree. There's another one over there that's pretty mangled with weather and times, probably pretty old. How many years it's been here? You know they lived in the 500 years. These are pods that have been flowers that have dried up. So a year or two ago, they had a lot of flowers, right? And now this year, they're changing to these pods. And I don't think they're gonna flower much. They're gonna be where the moths come in and eat the seeds, and the moth spreads and does its thing, right? So this is a year, these are little pods with seeds in them, right? And they're real tough, so the birds can't eat them. But the moth is what they need, right? So they're tough and they're really hardy, real hardy fucking beans, man. Ouch, damn it. Real hardy beans. There's something else. And they're really tough. So the birds will have a hard time because that's not, Mother Nature hasn't given the birds what migrates the seed. It's these little moths. And the moth gets in there as a worm and eats the inside of these things. And then the moth carries the pollination to the flower, right? So how it works, but it's like an every other year, every couple, 2 or 3 years, you'll have heavy bloom on these yucca trees. And right now it's not, it's the year of these pods, right? But it's the same plant. So they go back and forth. They go from flowering to these heavy pods, right? And I'm just learning this by being around them for a couple years, right? And start to notice the life cycle of the Joshua tree. It's an amazing thing. And they're only here. I mean, if you were to look at the world, this is one of the few places you're going to find them in abundance. We've got them everywhere. That's why I call it the land of the Joshua tree, right? It's an amazing thing. They get all gnarly looking like that, all torn up. And then here's one growing from the ground up, right? Or maybe it fell down and it's still alive. Mother Nature, see how that one's fallen and still life is coming off that branch. Amazing stuff. So a couple years ago was the time of the blooming on the Joshua trees, and we may not have a good bloom this year. It may be next year that it really starts to bloom. This year is more the yucca. And the Joshua tree is a yucca family. It's from the same family. Amazing stuff. Interesting, Mother Nature in such a rugged terrain with no water. But climate change is affecting things, that's for sure. Hard to say how, but it is. Hard for the human eye and everything to catch really what it is unless you're a scientist and really get into this stuff, I'm sure. Very pretty. Talk to you later.